How many tries does it take to beat Hades for the first time? That's what I'm here to find out today, while hopefully dying as little as possible.
On your guard.
I dropped by Skelly and pretty quickly learned about backstabbing, something I wasn't really aware of at all in the first video, and started testing out my newest upgrade before heading out.
Okay, so if nothing else, this double dash should help me get away from Meg's AoE attacks.
For this first run, I started out with another new god, Poseidon. He deals with knockback, and as I picked the dash effect, I realized a gap in my knowledge about flat damage numbers versus percent boosts.
I think the main problem is that while the percentages sound great, I don't know how much damage the attack does in the first place. So it was like plus 70% versus 35 damage. I don't know, maybe 35 damage is higher.
After some quick math, I figured out it was the same damage as the 70% special boost, and arguably better since the dash is more versatile. I immediately put it to the test in the next room, and it actually one-shots the skulls, which is kinda cool. Not wanting to be outdone by his brother, Zeus showed up in this room, and I added some lightning damage to my special. I opted for the key door since I want to prioritize unlocking weapons right now, and mowed down the enemies behind it. Ew. Now that I can die as much as I want, I tried out a more aggressive playstyle, which I definitely like.
Oh god, I'm over here now.
And once I got the Daedalus hammer of this room, I went with the double edge for my dash strike. It's the obvious choice damage-wise, but I got it thinking that the Poseidon boon was my dash strike, even though it's actually the attack you do after dashing. So I wasn't exactly maximizing its use. In the next room, the Skeleton Bomber's mini-boss was replaced by this armored floating crystal cluster. And let me tell you, I missed the skeletons.
Ooh, okay.
Not only can the main crystal shoot lasers in several directions, but the smaller guys can deflect the lasers between each other. All of that mixed with a beefy health bar made this the most annoying enemy so far. But I got a damage boost from Aphrodite, so I guess it was worth it.
Damned lost souls with nowhere left to turn congregate in deepest Tartarus, where they fuse together with the earth itself into odious forms which defy description.
They basically turn into big crystals.
Oh, I love the epic readings that are just completely counteracted by his commentary.
After dropping some skulls and pots,
Oh no.
I got a nectar, then a key, and in the next room, something new happened.
And then money, because we're definitely gonna find Charon at some point, so. Oh.
If I could take a minute of your time.
Sure.
Dad is getting a little more active in trying to stop me by throwing a slew of constantly spawning enemies my way that I have to survive for 45 seconds. That might not sound like a long time, but it's a lot of enemies.
Enough.
Thank you. You're not gonna heal me, are you? Well, that's just rude. Why did he do that?
Afterwards, I really needed health, but the game tempted me with a new symbol. And I mean, come on, you expect me not to pick that? In here was my main boulder-pushing man, Sisyphus.
Oh, Sisyphus, what's up, man?
We chat about the Furies for a bit, but much more importantly, he wants to send me off with a gift. So I got my heals anyway. And in the shop next door, I also got a max health boost and rolled Poseidon when I bought a random boon. He has our very first duo boon, which are only available after you have a required boon from 2 different gods. This one was actually pretty solid, but I'm still not sold on palms, so I went with the boost to knockback, which literally only applies to bosses. But hey, at least the next room is a boss.
Ever stubborn, aren't you?
This time around, Meg wasn't nearly as much of a problem for me. I was much more mobile this time, which served me well, and having the extra dash upgrade really helped avoid her AoE attacks, which were easily the worst part of my first time fighting her.
I would say I'm not superb on the damage front, but I'm doing okay. I dash on those like a second too late every time. Oh, hey, we got a bit of a bullet hell going? All right.
She did still get me to almost a third health, but without even using my Death Defy, I was pretty proud of myself.
Come on, Meg. Woo! We got Meg. Second try.
I did it.
Sure did. I got blood. Battled out of Tartarus with the Stygian blade. I really nailed that sentence.
In this in-between room, I got a little healing, as well as a Well of Charon, where I bought a movement speed boost, and a Pool of Purging, which lets you sell boons. And that's exactly what I did. After the pit stop, I kept moving forward to Asphodel. And as I'm sure you noticed, Asphodel has lava.
Oh god. All right. Good to know.
Normally, this wouldn't be an issue for me, but there's these tiny docks you need to step on to leave each area.
So the movement speed is actually a explicit negative right now because I keep burning myself on the way out.
I moved to the shop with the intent to get heals, but unfortunately, as always, there was also a boon for sale. With the option between a single boon or health and max health, I went with the boon, which might actually be the riskiest decision I've ever made.
So this was 100% a risk. This is such a risk. But imagine it pays off.
Afterwards, I stepped on the barge, a tiny arena with explosives, bomber skeletons, and crystals that can make the other enemies impervious.
I wouldn't say it was great, but I lived. Oh, gain 25 health whenever you pick up one of those. That's not bad, actually. I might need that. It's 20% less damage, though. It's not that much less. It says epic, but it's not very good. Maybe I'm stupid, but I'm taking this. And you gave me one?
After I killed the skull crushers in the next room, I was given a choice between 2 new things.
Oh, I want to know what that is, though. But this has 2. Damn it, man. Why would you do this to me? Oh, wait. Is that Hermes? That's probably Hermes. So I have the option of Zeus and Aphrodite, I guess? Or Hermes.
I ended up going with the double boon door, and this room is interesting.
Oh, I have to pick before I... Oh, no.
You get access to the boons immediately, but whichever one you don't pick isn't going to be happy.
Dearest, just in case it hasn't been made clear as crystal lately, let me tell you. When presented with the opportunity, don't ever reject me.
And once they don't like you, they'll actively sabotage you for the current encounter.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, they do shit.
For Aphrodite, that means throwing heat-seeking hearts at you that deal damage and have a chance to stun.
Would you stop jumping away from me, you stupid asshole?
I tried my best, but my first run-in with a god was too much to handle.
Oh, it hurts me, huh? I can't believe you would do that, Aphrodite. That was so rude.
Like to think I learned something back there.
Yeah, I like to think so as well.
I never did spend that nectar I got from the Poseidon boon, so I gave it to Hypnos and got the Chthonic coin purse, which will give me a nice cash infusion if I equip it. Achilles also gave me a codex, which will help me learn about characters, track affinity, and help with boons in the future. I talked to Meg, who's feeling a bit salty about our fight, and then talked to Skelly about the Titan blood I got by beating her. It'll be useful later, and to get more, we'll have to beat Meg with each weapon. I finally saw where to equip keepsakes too, and picked the coin purse shortly after before unlocking the shield. This one's unique because, I mean, it's a fucking shield. It actually blocks while you're charging the shield attack, and you can also do a normal swipe and throw it Captain America style. But for right now, I want to get more practice in with the sword.
Hey, it's Hermes. Let's figure out if it was a bad idea last time, which it definitely was because I got attacked by Aphrodite.
Hermes mostly deals with movement-based upgrades, and I went with the extra dash, although honestly, he rarely had anything impressive to me. Not a big fan of Hermes. I cleared this skull room and got a Daedalus hammer in the next one, which had a very nice upgrade option.
Give me that hammer. Your thrust deals plus 200% damage and has a 40% chance to critical.
Not only will my third attack deal triple damage, but it has a 40% chance to do triple damage on top of the triple damage. I doubled my special damage while adding knockback and brought it up a little more with Chimera Jerky. I did get tagged a good bit because of the armored enemies here, but still decided to take on the Infernal Trove, a chest that gives you more rewards the quicker you beat the enemies that spawn after you open it. And I didn't do too bad, if I'm being honest.
Okay, that wasn't bad, actually. That was pretty solid. 36 is not bad at all. And then a max health up, okay.
I took a lot of damage before picking up that max health and had to fight the bullshit crystal again for a Zeus boon.
Oh, fuck off. I hate this thing, man. Okay, I'm very glad I got the upgrade I did for that guy. Hate that guy.
For the sake of variety, I picked the chain lightning upgrade to my cast, both because I haven't picked it before, and I don't know if you noticed, but I never used my cast. It was bound to happen eventually, but I came across another dual boon door, and yet again, I couldn't resist the potential gain. I thought about which one would be worse to go against, and picked Poseidon because I really didn't want whatever knockback stuff he'd throw at me.
One blessing isn't good enough for you. Is that the way of it, young man? How impetuous of you. I never.
What a childish man. Childish god, sorry. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, that's him. That's him attacking me. I knew his shit was gonna suck. Oh my god. Wait, they appear to be random. Was I just really unlucky on that first volley? And it was just like following me? Woo! Okay. Oh!
Do not spurn me again like that. You hear me, young man? I think you do. So let's put this to bed and move along.
Oh. You'll get both. You just have to survive. Oh.
Oh, that's so interesting. Okay. I made my cast that I'm not using bounce more times, got some healing from Sisyphus again.
I like you, Sisyphus. You're fun.
And by this point, I'm feeling pretty good about this build. The buffs to my attack and special are helping me destroy enemies, and I'm just adding onto the pile with extra damage to enemies when I slam them into walls. I don't really go for wall slams often, but it'll help out from time to time. Now I can test this shiny new build against Meg, and I gotta say, not that bad. Every time I get up to her, I'm just more aggressive than the last.
Oh my god, she keeps hitting me with that move. It's so annoying.
And unfortunately, this time it cost me a death defy. But risky gameplay wasn't enough to stop me. Woohoo! Not even close.
Okay, let's go up. And let's just have a wonderful time in Asphodel.
There was a death defy recharge that I couldn't afford afterwards, but I'm perfectly willing to sell my third dash in exchange for it. I also switched to the bone hourglass to make the chimera jerky that I just bought last longer, but I did it in the wrong order, so literally nothing happened. Okay, Asphodel round 2. He went flying. Why did he go so far? I got a max health boost to help with this dire health situation and decided to give Hermes another try. Other than this one being completely useless, having my special attack be faster seemed like it would come in handy. I also bought an item that adds a chance for killed enemies to drop healing items, as well as one that lets me do more damage to armor. That second one will come in handy too with the next mini boss, the Megaera. She can petrify you with her projectiles, and if you turn to stone at the wrong time, you can get hit by the Skull Crusher who hangs out around her. It was a little annoying while they had armor, but they weren't too much trouble. The Gorgon even dropped some food over the lava.
Okay, that was a little... You're fucked.
It did only give me 10 health, but I also only lost 1 from the lava, so it was still a win.
I pressed dash. I could not be more clear about that. He left it behind. I'm gonna fucking scream, dude. All that for 5? You're smoking weed, brother.
Hey, good to see you out here, mate. Looks as though you've got some fine wares up for sale, don't you?
So true, King.
Relentless Zagreus must now confront a foe of unimaginable savagery who lies ahead, waiting patiently its time to strike.
Way to spoil the surprise, old man.
It really sounded like he was saying to Zagreus, like, it's really dangerous, I promise. You should probably go home now. Oh, and it's time for the boss.
And now I finally made it to the second boss of the game, the Lernaean Bone Hydra. He'll try to get you by slamming his head on the ground or shooting little pink darts at you right up until you drop his health by 1/3. Then he'll become invulnerable and you need to kill the other heads that pop up before you can get back to the main event. These boys are armored and have a few different tricks from the main head. Once you've got that done, you're back to fighting the main one who's decided to kick things up a notch. And of course, I'll have to drop its health another 1/3 to bring the other heads out again, which I was able to do by the thinnest of margins.
Oh, the lava. He didn't even kill me. That sucks. Oh my god, wait, he hit super hard.
With the help of the Death Defy, I was able to clear the heads again, even though I did end up with the same amount of health I came in with. Now I just have to drop him that one last 1/3 of health.
Oh my god, that was a triple attack. I almost just ran right into that.
Oh no! Damn it! Oh, that was my first time getting to him too. Oh, I did so well. Shit. I wasn't able to beat the Hydra on the first try, but I think I did pretty well. Now's not the time for reflection though. We gotta listen in.
Olympus knows of him, bestowing on him all their worthless blessings here within my realm. Our realm. Either your limitless power has considerably waned, or you are up to something.
Do not question my power, Hades. Your son was bound to be discovered the closer he came to the surface. The Olympians are pleased to know they have a distant relative and bid him welcome to their mountain. That is all. Their influence is very limited.
I've seen their influence firsthand. You've made a foolish mistake.
You would speak to me of foolish mistakes. You cannot change the course that has been set. Try all you like.
Nyx.
I thought he said bitch. I thought he went bitch.
Looks like Hades is starting to catch on that Nyx made first contact with the gods, but I've got more important things to deal with right now, like meeting Dusa.
Oh, the prince himself. You want to talk to me? Me? Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
So, sort of Medusa. Oh, she did get decapitated. No, it's Medusa.
I have to clean the rafters.
After that, I unlocked the Fated List of Minor Prophecies, which I guess you could call little side quests that offer resources for completing them.
Fate-abetting prince perhaps believes it was through his own choice that he procured the fated list of minor prophecies, but it was preordained.
Oh no, not this determinism thing again.
You're dealing with the fates, man. Determinism is the conversation, unfortunately.
A few more upgrades. I gave Skelly a nectar for another keepsake.
Lucky tooth. He just pulled a tooth out of his head.
And set out with the sword yet again. I caught a glimpse of being able to give a nectar to Poseidon as I took his boon.
Wait, I can gift him something?
And got my first sighting of a call, which is basically an ult I can use after charging at least 1 bar of the god gauge. Although, to be honest, I didn't realize for a while that the gauge empties at the end of each encounter. I'd check it at the end every time and it was still empty, so I assumed there was something I was missing and didn't use it much for a while. I gave Aphrodite a nectar for her keepsake, and this time around some of the boons have scrolls on them. These are the ones I've never picked up before, and picking them now will make progress on one of the prophecies. Other than the monstrous damage I took during the bomber mini-boss, things were going pretty well. I even got the Divine Dash, which is really good.
Because this was the thing in particular where people were like, oh my god, I can't believe he didn't pick that. I'm literally shitting and crying. I think someone actually said exactly that.
I kept running through the Tartarus rooms, finding a hole that cost too much health to drop down into, a very tempting, albeit risky, Daedalus Hammer upgrade, and got back to Meg once again.
And there you are again. Lord Hades ought to lock you up rather than let you run amok in his domain like this.
She did make me use my Death Defy.
That's unfortunate.
But I beat her pretty soon after. I'm starting to feel bad for her too. I feel like all these losses are taking a toll on her.
I will say, ever since I've beaten Meg for the first time, I have never not beaten Meg. If I keep getting burned, I'm gonna lose it.
Moving to this mini-boss for an Artemis boon, I'm feeling pretty good. So good that I couldn't have possibly predicted losing all of my health in one room. I came back to the House of Hades like every other time, but this time was different. Zagreus decided he was a little sleepy, and brother, he's dreaming of more story. With the help of Hypnos, everyone else in the house is fast asleep.
Lower your voice, old man. I'm trying to be sneaky here.
And now he can search through his dad's desk with reckless abandon. Most of what he found was office work and letters from Olympus, but then, rolled neatly all by itself, one letter stood out.
Hades, I can no longer tolerate my life here in this place. So I'm leaving, even if it kills me. I won't be returning to Olympus. If there is a place where I belong in this world, it must be somewhere between heaven and hell. Perhaps it's on the coast and has a little garden. Take care of Cerberus. I shall miss him. Persephone.
Thus did Prince of the Underworld Zagreus absorb the contents of this hidden letter, written in his mother's hand.
His mother's hand? My mother's hand? Wait, what? You're saying this Persephone, that she's my mother?
Jesus, narrator. With the truth revealed, Zagreus confronted the conveniently nearby Nyx, who knew the truth all along. And as she explained, my caveman brain could only utter one thing. Lore? With a newly refreshed focus on escaping Hades, I prepped for a new run. Now, with little pep talks from Dad. Zeus threw some shade towards Nyx, which I didn't really appreciate, so now I'm going to escape using his boon just to slap the shit out of him. A couple rooms later, I came up to another hole in the ground, this time with enough health to pay the toll. On the other side was Chaos, inhabited by someone named Chaos. Man, they need some new people naming shit in Greece. Down here, Chaos offers you some unique boons which actually give you a debuff for a few encounters, after which you'll gain the benefit. I went with the Flayed Strike since all I have to do is not use my special for a while, and then I'll have a pretty good attack buff. Now that I've shown you the new stuff of this run, I should give you the bad news now. We knew it was coming. This was the slog of my attempts. The Hydra was a wall for me for a while, so let me just give you some of the highlights trying to smash down that wall.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna pull the craziest move you've ever seen. And on 4 health, do this rune. Well, I immediately died. Okay, let's go. I feel like this time, odds are decent that she kills me. There we go. I knew she was close to dead, but I knew if I took the effort to look up at her health, I might die. There we are. Hermes, talk to me. Ooh, your attack is faster, right? Yeah, my man. I feel like Charon's gonna be my best friend by the end of I feel like if I attack him enough times, he will start attacking me. I think he did not like that. So we are moving on.
Oh, I can talk to a new person. The new person to talk to this time is Eurydice.
Eurydice, thank you for saying it, because I would not have known.
Much like Sisyphus, she gives us a choice of 3 items, but hers level up current or future boons level or rarity. I went with improving the rarity of 2 of my current boons and moved on.
Man, they like really died. Oh my god, with your shit. Well, things ain't going great for me, I would say.
Fuck! That was such a good one. I didn't have my rhythm. Damn it!
I trust that the mirror in your bedchamber has proved satisfactory, dear child.
Better than I could have possibly imagined, Nyx. You mentioned there was something more that it could do once I had grown accustomed. I think I'm ready for that now.
I think you are as well. Then it shall be as you wish.
After Nyx flexed her powers of darkness, the mirror where I make all my upgrades got a boost. Now every power up has an alternate I can swap it out for between each run. I looked through all of them, but the only one I liked was Dark Regeneration. Now, instead of healing for 3 at the end of each encounter, I'll heal for 60% of whatever darkness I pick up during my runs. I'm not sure which one actually equals out to more healing, but this one felt like I had more control over it. And in the spirit of changing things up, I finally decided to try out the shield.
Fine, I'll try this.
What shall we do here once you finally arrive? Perhaps we could go out and meet some mortals. I know all too many maidens and/or noble gentlemen who'd absolutely love to get to know you.
Damn, she's trying to hook me up.
I just death-defied on that thing alone. That's crazy. These things are kicking my ass. Jesus.
I very nearly died in one room in Tartarus, which was awesome. But to make up for it, I got a different league. Yeah, this room sucks. Luckily, I did start getting into a groove with the shield and beat the skeletons hitless.
God damn you, will you please just give one of these gods this nectar? I never can remember what it's called, but you know what I'm saying.
I went up to 16 health, then up to 30, then down to 10, and finally back up to 21. Gotta spend health to make health down here in Hades.
A Daedalus hammer, please, if it behooves you.
I gave Charon yet another nectar since I've basically decided I'm going to max him out first, and took a little crit and darkness on the way out.
Damn, this really does just block full on, huh? Again, I'm afraid. I like not again, like, oh no, he's gonna kill me again.
Let's see, you blundered headlong into danger for the past 6 chambers or more, and you made such a racket I could almost hear it from Olympus. I have to say your hunting skills are rather unconventional.
Oh, because I'm using the shield. I thought she was saying like, man, you got hit every time. That's crazy. Hermes, shop, or palm. I don't mean to be rude, but Hermes... Am I crazy? Am I misremembering something? Hermes is not that great. I'm gonna take the shop. Oh, and we're going to the boss on 20 health. Something tells me this isn't gonna work. That was good, because I was getting into his 3rd phase. I could have definitely beaten him. I just got...
Tough luck.
Shut up, don't you patronize me.
I understand you've made it all the way to Asphodel of late, haven't you, lad?
I have.
I guess word travels faster than I do. Why do you ask, Achilles?
No reason in particular, just that it brings me joy to hear of your progress.
You're a good dude, Achilles.
At this point, I noticed that I was actually close to finishing a couple prophecies. So after I bought the spear just to not use it, I set out with the extra objective of picking boons I haven't picked before as often as possible, especially Aphrodite's.
Yeah, again, I'm sorry, Meg. I actually feel bad about this now. You know what? Might be the first time I'm leaving this boss fight with full health. Damn, that's slow. I am at a crawl, baby. Okay, well, it does not affect... I move so slow. It does not affect my dash, and it shouldn't affect my shield charge, but it does affect my walk. And oh my god, is that a problem? I'm gonna scream. I'm actually gonna scream. Okay. I just want to beat him. I don't need to beat the run. I need to beat
him. His stupid fucking Hydra. Oh my god. Hey, what's up, Hypnos? Haven't talked to you in a while.
You are not to aid him in these matters, Nyx. His foolishness is to be scorned and reprimanded, not indulged. Do we have an understanding?
Fuck you. All right, look, I need a win. I'm not asking for a successful run or anything, but I have to beat this Hydra. With that in mind, I considered which weapon had the most potential when I used it and opted for the bow and arrow. Its damage was great, and being able to keep my distance should really help for survivability. I forgot to take off Aphrodite's keepsake, so I guess my attacks inflict weak now. And a couple rooms later, I got a Daedalus hammer that gave me perfect shot, which makes my power shot easier to do and deals more damage. What is a power shot? Well, if you release attack at the right time, indicated by Zagreus flashing white, you'll deal extra damage. So not only is that easier to do now, it does way more damage, and a bonus for me, I didn't even know this mechanic existed, so this is great. I expertly killed the bombers yet again, and made my special inflict hangover mostly for the prophecy. I went to the shop because I was loaded and cleared him out, getting Athena's call, which makes me impervious temporarily, as well as healing from darkness and max health. And the game was even gracious enough to give me more max health in the very next room, and a freebie Zeus boon before Meg. At least, that's who I was expecting.
Oh, finally. I've been waiting for this. Really.
You must be one of Megaera's lovely sisters. I don't believe we've had the pleasure. Waiting for what exactly?
So sick of, doing my regular job, uninterrupted, not having to clean up Meg's messes.
I get the feeling we're starting off on the wrong foot.
Anyway, I always wanted to kill a god. You'll have to do.
Oh, whoa. She's different. Despite her new moveset and rage meter that eventually builds up to rattle off attacks even faster, she got dropped faster than Meg ever did.
I'm sorry, you were killed a lot faster than Meg. You probably should have just let her stay and do the job. I don't like her very much either. Very angry.
Moving into Asphodel, I made the unexpected decision to pick Hermes over more max health. I felt like I was already in a good spot health-wise, and I wanted to give the spazzy god another chance. He did not deliver. I took the 10% chance to ignore damage, and I know that might sound good, but I really don't want my survivability to be based on chance. The barge was a little rocky, but Dionysus gave me something I was very interested in. Strong drink will fully heal me at any fountain I come across. So long as I can survive the boss, I'll be in perfect health for the next area. And I even get a small damage boost to boot. I immediately saw the benefits in the next room, got some coin, and made the very risky decision of visiting Chaos. And unfortunately, it didn't pay off.
Less dash range, cast is better. Each time you attack, you get hit for 4 damage. Oh my god. Oh no. Okay. I'll go for this then. This wasn't really worth it. Let's go for Aphrodite. That was dumb. I don't know why I did that.
I took one last boon that makes enemies with weak take more damage, and went off to the Hydra that I've never beaten with my nearly half health.
No, I'm so fucked. I just took a huge chunk of health and that, oh no.
When it was just the main head, it was like really easy. But when the extra heads popped up, I didn't have the space to be cautious. Still, there were some spots that I could keep my distance at, if I was smart.
That's not great, don't like that. Oh, I forgot. I used my special, so I took damage. I just thought it would be good for the little bone guys to spawn. To not spawn, rather.
I actually used a greater call to become temporarily invincible and finally beat the Hydra by the skin of my teeth.
Woo! So I think that made me impervious to damage for 9 seconds? I don't know. That was the perfect thing to do at the end there. I didn't even have to use my Death Defy. Oh my god. Okay, the bow is great. I healed a full because of the Dionysus thing, and I do more damage. Oh wait, this has promise.
For the first time ever, I set foot into Elysium, reserved for the greatest, most distinguished souls. And to christen the occasion, I decided to damage myself for no reason.
Oh, forgot about that. So unfortunate, isn't it?
The name of the game here is regeneration. Whenever you kill one of the normal enemies, an eye will spawn. And if that eye makes it to the spectral weapon it's going for, it'll respawn as an enemy you've already killed. Even the bombs and statues will respawn with time. With my next hammer, I got a 5 times damage boost to armor armored enemies with my special. The extra damage to nearby enemies might have been better, but I wanted the option against armor.
Has the thing worn off yet? No, I still need one more encounter. Jesus.
I kept things moving through the rooms, picking up my room rewards, and finally being able to use my special without taking damage. I cleared Charon's shop yet again, getting an Athena boon that gives revenge damage and iframes, a little more damage to my attacks, and healing to full health. I felt like I was doing alright, but that was before stepping into this mini boss room, where I would have my worst performance so far. The big pink ball is a dire soul catcher, and it gently throws out butterflies that will deal contact damage if they get to you. In addition to that, eyes will spawn, seeking out the weapons throughout the room. This is where my biggest fuck up came from. In the moment, I made the decision to hard focus the soul catcher, but I really needed to keep the eyes in check too. Because of that, I got very overwhelmed. In the end, I ended up losing 3/4 of my health in one room.
That was really bad. That was really bad.
And all I got in return was, oh, well, alright. I'm not gonna pretend that's an even exchange, but by healing with the darkness in the next room, maybe I can get back on track. Cool. Instead of healing, I took more dumb damage, burned my Death Defy, and finished the room healing for 6. Now, in order to get more gold for the shop, I'll need to beat the new and improved witches.
Oh, they fire a clump and it shatters when it... Oh no, it just blows up at some point. Cool. Oh, and if I hit it, it shatters too. Awesome. This is really great. This is good stuff.
Despite my incompetence, the Divine Dash really was helping me out with these guys, which was good because there were also 3 soul catchers.
There's 3 of them. There's 3 of them? Wait, you can deflect the ball? Like the mass? Oh, that's so good. I fulfilled a prophecy. Okay, cool.
I don't even need to worry about that prophecy though, because literal death appeared in the next room, and he's a fucking twink. He's actually here to help us in the form of a competition, although he'd never admit it. He's going to help clear this room, and if I can kill more enemies than him in the process, I'll get a reward. Unfortunately, I very quickly dropped down to being one shot, and had to prioritize staying alive instead of getting the goodies, which would have been more max health. He's mad at us for leaving, but mostly because we didn't say goodbye. I don't know why he's so upset though. I'm gonna be back down there very soon.
Please take me to the shop, baby. Ooh, baby. None of that is what I need. I'll take a random boon, I guess.
Dionysus was up this time, and I took After Party, which will heal me up to 30% at the end of encounters if I'm below 30%. Now I just have to survive the next encounter to heal some. One small problem, it's the boss.
Are you kidding me? It's the next boss fight? Dude, I have 10 health.
Hold, fiend. You'll walk not one more step toward the light of day, so long as I am here.
2 against 1. Seems hardly fair. Ah, well. Let's kill him and be done, King.
The Minotaur of the Labyrinth and the hero who successfully navigated it will be facing me at the same time. And before I can even get my bearings, it's over.
I mean, what would you have had me do? I don't even know what they do, man. That first dash, I just happened to dodge an attack he was apparently doing to me.
I was very annoyed that my first attempt against them was marred by being one shot when I walked in, but there's still plenty more attempts to go.
This is my final warning to you, boy. To cease this mindless quest. Or else the consequences shall be worse than what you have experienced thus far.
No. I bought an upgrade for urns with coins in them to sometimes appear, and spent the diamond I got for beating the Hydra to free Orpheus from prison. Orpheus was the court musician, and was imprisoned for being unwilling to play. And upon returning, they still insist on not playing, so shout out to them. And after that, I dropped in on Meg and Thanatos talking about the past.
You're interrupting private conversations, Agrius. Leave us.
No, let him stay if that's what he wants. What does it matter? He's technically allowed within these halls, but he must know he isn't welcome anymore.
Prophecy fulfilled. Get shunned.
Nyx gave me a keepsake for a nectar. I got 120 gemstones for freeing Orpheus and filling 70 codex entries, and spent those gems getting a very useful upgrade to the codex that tracks every boon and making those urns from before have more gold. I still don't have enough for the next Death Defy, so I just went to the armory and unlocked the gauntlets. I can send out a flurry of low damage hits, uppercut, and it actually has the unique ability to dash strike either the punches or uppercut. Being stuck in place while attacking for so long doesn't feel promising, but it's the new weapon, so I have to try it. My first boon was Aphrodite again because I keep forgetting to change my keepsake, but my attacks will deal double damage and inflict weak, so I'll take it. The stun lock does somewhat justify staying still for so long too, so as long as I can single out enemies, I should be fine. I, of course, took the Daedalus option as soon as possible and opted for the obvious choice of my dash strike dealing 10 times damage to armored enemies. It's a real toss-up whether or not I'll remember it, but it'll be useful if I do. I ran through Tartarus, leveling up my attack, got somewhat bullied by these fatties, and for the first time ever made the conscious decision not to go in the stank pit. I finally got my Artemis keepsake and made my dash strike do more damage even without them being armored. I guess it's just a dash strike kind of run.
That went very well.
I went for the full heal at Fountains again. Sisyphus gave me some pocket money, which I was able to use to get Artemis's aid, and it was time to meet Fury Sister number 3, Tisiphone.
Nice to meet you. Look, I've done some things that maybe aren't great, but I am very, very sure I haven't murdered anyone.
She's a bit one note. She's got some differences too, like shooting out fireballs while dashing and throwing the AoE attacks in a straight line away from her. She'll also teleport you to a small room, which can be disorienting and a little cramped, but out of the 3 sisters, she might be my favorite to fight.
Okay, she tripped me up once or twice, but that wasn't too bad.
I cashed in on the full health and moved straight to Asphodel. It went more or less okay, but I did get mixed up by the explosives.
Fucking dash, I'm trying. Every time I've pressed dash, it's just not working. I just death-defied on this? Come on now. That's embarrassing.
I made my special deal way more damage and inflict weak too, and was just shy of buying the palm.
Oh, but I do have enough money. Woo! Upgrades coming in clutch.
The barge successfully tempted me with a heroic attack boon, and I was not paying enough attention.
Oh, it replaced something. Oh, I should have paid more attention. It replaces your attacks inflict weak. Well, hopefully the percent damage up is good. There's no percent damage up. I think this was a bad call.
It seemed like maybe a misplay, but with the gauntlets, I could at least quickly get max stacks for Hangover. And now, with a new weapon, 56 health, and no death defies to my name, it's time for the Hydra.
Oh, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be awesome.
The main head posed absolutely no problem for me on its own, but when the extra heads popped up, I did take some damage. While taking that damage though, my god gauge maxed out, and I knew exactly who to use it on.
Got him. Woo! I was not sure if I was gonna make it through that, but I did, baby.
I healed the full yet again, switched out my keepsake for Artemis, and rolled into Elysium for my second time in a row. I've noticed that whenever I beat a boss for the first time, I almost never lose to them again. I got another hammer, which yet again improved my dash strike damage, this time adding it to the end of my normal attack sequence.
Oh, so I don't have to dash anymore to do my dash strike. Oh, that's nice.
Hopefully now I'm supercharged enough to clear one more boss. This time around, I found the third unique encounter in the form of this nameless warrior, who has the best items to offer, including refilling all of my death defies, which is only one for now, but still. And now I've actually got a different mini-boss in the form of Asterius, half of the boss duo at the end of this area.
Uh-oh.
And brother, he fucked me up.
Oh my god.
He swings for colossal damage, and I was starting to think he'd kill me, but Artemis came in clutch yet again. Woo! And speaking of Artemis, I got the Hunter's Mark from her, which was honestly a bad call, went into the next room, and immediately used up my replenished death defy.
What just happened to me? A trap on the wall? Oh my god. The trap on the wall is crazy. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. Give me the key. It was not worth.
Let's see if I can turn this around while one shot.
Okay, I have to take this because it's how I can heal. This is not good.
Splitters.
I was right, that wasn't good. After dying, I walked into Orpheus saying to Hades, no, I'm really not going to play, and unlocked the next tier of mirror upgrades alongside an achievement. They'll improve my starting gold and health, but I'm still focused on the second death defy for now.
Okay, so I use the gauntlets. I do actually like them. I think they're not bad. I am gonna get this because I get bonus stuff, but I also I think I have the best odds of winning this with that. And just like with Asphodel, I was stuck in Elysium for a while. Talk to me, baby. For the next 4 encounters, each time you special, you get hit for 4. Afterward, Damn, they almost double. Yeah, let's go for that. Oh my god. I just completely forgot how to fight against this woman. I do not want to use Death Defy on the first girl. Or the first boss. But you know what? I might just have to. Ooh, I didn't though. I saved it. That was a nail biter. I won't do this because I'm kind of hurt. I do want that, but you know how it is. I gotta go to the shop. No one cares about you, Hermes. Oh, you Death Defy bitch. I dashed too. That's so unfortunate. And yep. Oh, it has to be nearby. Oh, it would have actually been better to use them on the smaller heads because I like to stay kind of far away from him. Okay, give me that. 200. Damn. And I healed the full because I got so much fucking darkness. Oh, Poseidon. Poseidon does knockback. I forgot all about that. That's why that's happening. Oh, that's so useful. Oh no, 20 damage? Holy shit. No way that didn't hit either of them. Come on now. I'm taking so much damage. I'm so fucked. That was so fucked. There was so many things going on there. Oh no. Hey, this game hard. Oh my god, I'm back again. Doop, doo, 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 doo.
Blood and darkness, but this place is falling apart. Nobody works an honest day down here.
Father, everybody's dead. Give them a break.
Boop. I can get another one? Excuse me? This time around, I went for the sword again, mainly for the extra darkness gain that'll only be active on this run.
Hey, that's my adamant arrowhead on you. Normally it's for killing things, but in your case, it makes it even easier for me to hunt you down, even in the dark. Now that I found you, here.
Thank you. Poseidon, you're going to help. Oh no. That sucks. That's so fucking stupid. If I hit the other Death Defy, which it looks like I will, I'm gonna be so annoyed. Oh, I just want to reset. I was getting too cocky. I was just pushing forward no matter what, and that really isn't the strat, but whatever. Let's go to Zeus. I could do with the Zeus boon. Give me some electricity damage. Oh my god. What the fuck? Am I crazy? Is this not like super fucking broken? Okay, now I'm done. I'm done. Drop that one entirely. Jesus Christ.
So how did it go? How did you die ignobly this time, pray tell?
I just got blasted by witches. After my worst showing so far, it was time to unlock the final weapon, gun. Just hold down to shoot and let go when you're empty to reload. Also, there's a bomb. I feel like this became a different game. Achievement! Arms collector. I got so many arms, people might think I'm Vishnu. Getting serious though, I'm starting to get worried. I've run through most of the weapons and none of them feel like the edge I need to finish this. Maybe this one will be different. Overall, this gun is pretty awkward. The rocket launcher is a little weird to aim properly, and firing the normal way means standing completely still. With that said though, the fast fire rate of the attack and high damage of the special leave the opportunity for some high-powered synergies. I finally gave Sisyphus something for a change and got the Shattered Shackle, and then got to work popping skulls next door. The fat guys in particular were annoying because their dash is just a perfect counter to the bomb. Up next, unfortunately, was the crystal cluster, and things got kinda crazy. Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god. In one room on the first floor, I lost both Death Defies, and that's pretty cool. Luckily, my Chaos Boon cashed in, so not only did I regain the max health it took away, but I got another 37 max health on top of it. Between the weapon upgrades here, the obvious choice to me was the Cluster Bomb, which fires 5 bombs in a spread in exchange for a little less damage per bomb. But I had imagined that spread a little differently in my head. I thought it would be like a pentagon of intersecting circles, but this version isn't as bad as I initially believed. First of all, it does cover a huge area, but if you do want heavy damage on one area, you can just aim closer to yourself and the circles will intersect together, closer to what I imagined. Some health and Poseidon's Call later, and it's about time to see what this thing can do against a Fury, and one Fury in particular is excited to go against it.
What? Where did you get the rail? Do you know what you have? Where are your customary weapons?
Would you like to see a demonstration?
Yes, I would. I always have, as a matter of fact.
I decided to try my best to hit her with the 5-piece, which was probably stupid, and when it hit, it fucking hit. I closed it out with a few charges with the help of Poseidon, and took my Titan blood, which got a bit of a reaction out of my weapon. I'm sure that's fine, so I healed up and made the bold decision to sell 2 boons so I could afford an item that recharges one of my death defies. It's risky, but I think I have to at this point. And after that, Eurydice made my next 3 boons more rare, which is sorely needed right now.
Hey, Artemis! She shows up. No, not Artemis. Athena. She shows up so infrequently. So infrequently, in fact, that I forget what her name is.
For the Skull Crusher paired with the Gorgon, I had a pretty easy time hitting him with all 5 bombs since I have to shoot myself to stack them, and that's exactly where he's going to land. They still got some hits on me, but I felt pretty cool about that. Athena gave me an epic Divine Dash again, which was appreciated, and with suboptimal health total, I took a trip to the shop, hoping for health that unfortunately wasn't there. But lucky for me, I saw an out with the boon Sunken Treasure, which drops a random smattering of loot, including darkness, and if you recall, I heal from darkness pickups. It's not the best, but it's something. The main head was very susceptible to the stack trick since he didn't like to move very much, but for the smaller heads, the special, I mean, it was still good. This weapon definitely shows its weakness for me during normal encounters, but it feels like it was made for the Hydra. I still lost my death defy, but the point stands. And that was actually okay, because Athena came in clutch with another death defy use. Elysium was actually going pretty well this time. I got hit at least once in every room, but it was still a pretty nice pace. Until the Daedalus Hammer room, of course. That one was pretty bad. I didn't know until much later, but picking the ricochet fire over the rocket bomb was a horrific mistake. I thought rocket bomb would override my cluster bomb, but it actually would have just fired 5 of these bad boys for some truly absurd damage. I guess it didn't really matter that much since I fought the pink ball right after, so I was always going to lose my 4th death defy of this run.
The archer behind me.
And that put me in the prime positioning to die in the next room. God dang it.
Do you find it humorous, Father? Do you find it funny? Comical?
At this point, I'm at a bit of a loss. None of the weapons feel like the decisive factor I need to finish a run, and I'm still making dumb mistakes throughout that just chip away at my health. But remember how my weapon reacted to the Titan blood? Well, that's because I've now unlocked aspects, permanent upgrades for each weapon. I perused through the options and landed on the crit chance for the bow, but unfortunately, I spent one of my points on a different aspect and couldn't max out the crit chance like I wanted. And I've already beaten Meg with every weapon, so Titan blood will be hard to come by. But then I remembered. No, I haven't. I unlocked it, I tested it, but not once did I actually use the spear because of how awkward the moveset felt to me. But hey, even if I can't beat the game with it, I'm at least good enough to beat Meg and get one last Titan blood for the bow. Pretty early on, I realized that tapping attack would be the strategy. I'm sure the AoE swing has a use, but I don't know it. And the same is true for the special where you just throw the spear, so basically all of my attacking is thrusting and thrusting after a dash.
Your cast sends a blade rift, your dash creates a blade rift. Yeah, whatever, let's just start clearing all the ones I don't have.
I picked the blade rift cast for completion's sake, but it's actually pretty good.
That's a really large blade rift. I kind of fuck with that. It's really fucking good. I should have been using that this whole time. It's so good.
And to thank Ares for the boon, I picked Artemis over him in the next room. Apparently, that was the right choice though, because he gave me a heroic Curse of Agony for huge doom damage on my attacks. It did get rid of my crit chance, but it felt like it was worth it.
What the fuck? Just spawn somewhere else.
And as if the game heard my complaints, I got a hammer upgrade that completely got rid of the spin attack.
Oh my god, please. I don't want to spin attack. Dude, are you kidding me? That's perfect. I don't know how to use that spin attack, which I know is weird because I use the sword slam a lot and I like that. But it's because you have to do a normal attack, charge it, and then you do it. It's just so weird.
I got an epic divine dash, as is customary in my runs, and it was now time to get my Titan blood. I gotta be honest, I wiped the floor with her. She did get a couple hits on me because I was a little too aggressive at first, but it was not close.
I just beat her ass. Oh my god, she just got rolled.
I swapped to Ares' keepsake since he's been carrying me so far, and moved up to Asphodel where things were still going as well as Tartarus.
Oh, I can heal. It seems kind of silly to do all this just to heal 10 damage, but it's basically free, so.
The plan went off without a hitch, of course, but if you'll notice, I didn't quite get everything I was rewarded. I had no idea that was even possible and completely missed it. Okay, so the Doom effect is very good, but it has one big weakness. Once an enemy is tagged with Doom, you can't put any more Doom stacks on that enemy, and you just have to wait the few seconds it takes for Doom to activate. But it just so happens that there are a couple ways around this, and Ares was kind enough to give me one of them.
Your Doom deals more damage when applied multiple times. Oh, that's literally perfect.
This doesn't solve the problem of waiting on Doom to proc, but at least now I can stack up damage until it does. By this point, the game is basically forcing me to take Ares boons, so I move forward for yet another. And this one was very special. One of very few duo boons I've seen up to now. Not only will my cast move faster, but it'll home in on enemies, accounting for both of its weaknesses. Artemis made my DPS even better, and it was time to try this crazy setup on the Hydra.
So let's start with
The Doom and cast allowed me to more or less leave the smaller heads behind to die, and the main head is so damn big that the rifts hit him several times each.
Woo! So I got hurt pretty good there, but I haven't lost either of my death defies yet. So this is definitely the best run so far.
The weapon I immediately wrote off as the worst is on its way to becoming my best run yet. I healed to full and moved on to Elysium without a scratch on me. Even here, I was just an overwhelming force, but I still haven't gone up against a swarm of chariots or the Soul Catcher mini-boss yet. I was doing so well that I actually felt confident enough to take the Infernal Trove.
I'm not gonna fight too hard for fastest possible time, but I can't believe that. The only time I took damage was this fucking trap. Oh, and I got that.
First time ever too, that's crazy. The larger chariots weren't a problem at all, and I broke down and gave Hermes another chance.
Oh, hey, what's up? Okay, we're doing this again. Maybe I'll win this time.
As it happens, I am going to win this time. And because of that, I got a Centaur heart as well as the Hermes boon that lets me attack a little faster.
I mean, if you gave this to me like 2 worlds ago, I might have accepted it, but I don't want to risk losing the health now. Okay, so that is definitely going to be the butterfly orb. So having another Ares thing could be good, but I just don't want to fight that thing. So I'm going this way. And maybe I should have
I bought another Ares boon that makes Doom take a little longer to activate, except it does 60% more damage, and it doesn't even matter that it takes longer because I can stack more damage in the meantime. And now I get to test it all on Asterius. Brother was fighting for his life.
Damn, he only hit me 1 time. I do hope that if I get to the boss fight this time, which I think I will, he's at least a little hurt. Even if he's only like 90% health, or 95 even. If his health is 100% when I get there, I am gonna be a little annoyed.
Athena just got me progress on a prophecy, and my good fortune just kept coming with some max health, a heal, a boost to my attack damage from the stranger, a massacre against the little chariots.
They thought they could hang.
And Ares' aid to top it off, which, that one's kind of whatever. And now, it's finally time to beat the third boss.
Hello!
So, the Fiend returns to challenge us again, Asterius, despite having experienced such a thorough thrashing by us last time.
It was a thorough thrashing.
You know full well that wasn't a fair fight. Face me yourself and we'll see how you fare.
Silence, you monster. I'll hear no more such wicked lies, half-truths, or quarter-truths. Defend yourself!
Weird guy.
Lord Poseidon, I invoke your might!
The gods are helping him.
Come on. I'm gonna beat the brakes off this kid. Woo! Oh, God. Not only did I beat him for the first time, but I didn't lose either of my death defies. That was so good.
I was finally able to get to and beat the dynamic duo, and it wasn't even close. The next and final floor of my escape was the Temple of Styx, and this one works a little differently than the rest of them.
Oh no, not this.
No! I don't have to fight Cerberus, do I?
So it's really come to this, boy. After everything we've been through. Well then, this is how it has to be. There's nothing left to say. Except for, on your guard. No, but seriously, boy. I know why you're here.
Okay, I was like, I don't want to fight this dog.
Fortunately, the game was pulling an old switcheroo, and I just need to find something to distract Cerberus with. And this is how this floor is different. All of your shop options are right here, and you have to continue going through these doors until you find that distraction. I, of course, went for the hammer, and the enemies weren't putting up much of a fight either. By the way, in order to get the item you pick, you'll need to clear like 4 rooms in a row that get progressively harder. And then, in the last room of this route, I got poisoned.
Do I get to be cured from poison anytime soon?
I just thought it was going to be some gradual damage over time, but it was significantly more aggressive than expected. It didn't really seem fair, but after I got an upgrade that let me attack in 3 directions, I figured out how it works.
I could have cured my... Okay, so when I get poisoned, there is a cure place in the room.
The hammer was great, but I still didn't find that distraction, so I needed to go back into another route. With the knowledge of poison, things went much better this time, and I got what I needed as well as a healing fountain.
Oh, I can heal in the huge fountain in the middle. Got it.
And this is where things started to take a turn.
Money. What if I did palm?
After the last area, I thought that some paths would end up with a healing fountain, but that's only true for the one that has the bat.
Oh, no.
And I started taking a lot of damage.
No, poison. Drink, cure.
Like way too much.
Well, that wasn't worth it.
And now that I'm hurt, I decided I need to go for more max health so I could heal. I'm sure you can imagine how this snowballed. But against all odds, it actually wasn't a waste of time. Because this heart gives 50 max health, I actually left with a staggering 4 more health than I walked in with.
This has all just been an unmitigated disaster. I had one opportunity to move forward with full health and I blew it. Okay, well hey boys, at the end of the day, we tried.
And now that my hopes have been thoroughly dashed, I defeated Cerberus and took my first steps out into the world.
Wow. Oh, of course.
It should not have had to come to this. For all your antics with me yet around the house, I always kept my temper, have I not? Unlike you.
Well, let's see. You've berated me repeatedly and often. You've lied to me, mustered your wretched forces to kill me over and over, but sure, I'll grant you that you've always kept most of your anger bottled up. All that's about to change, then?
We're gods, boy. Killing one another is our lot. I'm sending you home. Now.
Hades himself came all the way up here to stop me, and I'd love to tell you I put up a good fight.
Jesus Christ, man.
But I was completely outplayed.
God damn it. I just went in... Fuck. I had almost full health and 2 death defies, and then I went through 1 too many doors, and then this happened. God damn you.
This is the furthest I'd gotten, and I really should have been happy with that, but the more I thought about it, the more I recognized the wasted potential of that run. My entire build was centered around Dune, so poking him and keeping my distance was the best play, but I spent the whole fight in his face. That was mine to lose, and now I'm all the way back here. But hey, shout out to the spear. A true underdog. I maxed the bow like I planned to originally and set out again with Artemis's keepsake in hand. Maybe with her crit on top of mine, this run can start off. Alright, who the fuck is that?
I understand, young Zagreus, that you would seek to leave that bitter darkness for this bitter cold. Quite honestly, I fail to see why. But I'll aid your plight, why not? For I can offer plenty of assistance, and you soon shall grow fond of it, I think.
Demeter is an asshole who thinks she's special, and I just fucking hate her. She did give me a nice laser that looks pretty cool, but looking cool and being good isn't the same thing. I finally got the lady I actually wanted to see after ranking up her keepsake, and took her epic rarity call, which is probably my favorite one of the bunch. Poseidon gave me a roundabout way of healing more, and when I was given the choice between the 2 ladies of this run, I mean, come on, who do you think I'm gonna pick? She throws a single maelstrom out at a time, which really wasn't that bad, but the armored witches were kicking my ass.
Oh my god.
Afterwards, Demeter did decide to be a little useful and give me healing now as well as better healing throughout the run. 1 more Aphrodite boon and it's time again for Tisiphone. And then it was time for Tisiphone to die. Asphodel immediately gifted me with a hammer, and now I can't do my power shot, but I don't have to worry about charging my shots either. This increased fire rate mixed with the crit chance could be the difference I need. In Charon's shop, Demeter insists on pestering me, but yet again, she actually gave me something good. See, she'll reset 2 of my boons at random to common, but but every 3 encounters it'll go up a rarity. So eventually, my Artemis's Aid and Dying Lament will be heroic. Aphrodite gave me more use for max health increases, and Hermes made my special faster. Yay! I got a treasure trove from Poseidon for some sorely needed healing, and moved right on to the Hydra, hopefully for the final time. And hey, the ice lasers were actually very useful. Smug bitch. But of course, my main lady got the finishing blow. Oh! He exploded! Onto Elysium yet again, and Hermes gave me some attack speed, which will help even more for crits. I found myself in a very promising position once more, and this time, I'm actually using the weapon I thought I would be. If I can just keep this up, chain shot by the way, let's fucking go, then this is my run to win. I'll give you another one.
My Lady Artemis, this is nothing next to all your grace and favor.
Hey, wait, this is an offering for me? Oh, that's very kind, though. Let's get back to hunting now, okay?
She's flustered, I see.
Just when I was having a moment with Artemis, fucking Demeter decided to shoehorn herself in again. But duo boons are rare, so I guess I'll take it. Death wanted to do his little contest again, and this time I beat him so bad that I got an achievement for it.
Beat Thanatos by 15 kills or more.
And then for my reward, Dying Lament and Artemis's Aid finally hit heroic rank.
So this does crazy damage, because it does 130 damage, and then at max god gauge, it will fire 10 of them, which already does 1,300 damage, but then 15% or a 50% chance to crit.
And now that I'm feeling heroic, it's time to go up against a hero. For me, whenever I fight these guys, Asterius is like a dance going on between us, and Theseus is like a stupid asshole throwing a spear at me. Because he kept hitting me from downtown, I got a little flustered, and Asterius knocked out my first life. So to retaliate, I used my greater call on Theseus. That was a mistake.
Oh, I should not have dropped them both.
Despite the hectic nature of the battlefield, I kinda came alive here and got through it without a single hit. And shortly after that, Theseus fell. Once more, I made the last leg of the climb to the Temple of Styx, and found something brand new in the shop. An anvil that says it will take 1 Daedalus upgrade from me in exchange for 2 more.
Removes one of your upgrades at random and gives you 2 new random ones. No, absolutely not. I am not doing that. What I have right now is A-okay, thank you very much. So, are you kidding me? Okay, so you gave me an Athena, but it's a boss room?
Huge risk aside, I really wanted an Athena boon because I still don't have anything for dash. And things actually went pretty okay. I only ended up losing about 30 health before the end.
That was so easy. I am so happy about that.
Oh, my dash can deflect. Now, all that's left is to find that bag and get a move on. But as long as I'm careful, there's no reason I can't accumulate some resources. In the last room, though, I did manage to get poisoned 3 separate times, and I still haven't even found the bag.
Jesus, I lost half my health on that shit.
So I got some max health to try and survive what comes next and move down another path.
Wait. Where is it?
Despite the temporary blindness, I made it to the end, which thankfully did have the bag and a lot of healing as well. And I did learn my lesson from last time, picked up some levels for my Artemis Aid, and once again, set foot into the final fight.
The moment you've all been waiting for. I think I can actually beat him this time.
The sea, the heavens and the earth. All of this belongs to my brothers. We are their kin by birth, but we are foreigners in their country.
No mournful speeches. Now get out of my way.
Shit. That one successfully regenerated, which could have done without, but here we are. Fuck.
So high, remember me?
Artemis, this hunter's well at your feet.
I don't know, she just did some fucking damage to you. Damn it. Damn it.
Got you.
Whew. Does he have a phase 2? Please don't have a phase 2. You have a phase 2. I just got double hit by the... Damn it. phase 2? Suck my ass.
Yeah, so phase 2. No one told me about that. What the fuck? But that's okay. Actually, even though I died closer to the finish line than ever before, I feel pretty good about my chances. On the next run though, the game decided to fuck with me. They added hands in the game, which I think is the first time a game has done that, but more importantly, Thanatos appeared in Tartarus, which I didn't even realize was possible. After I beat him, I gave him a nectar.
I would like to give you something.
And his keepsake is the pierced butterfly. And after I beat Meg, I got to see what it does.
+1 damage every time you clear an encounter without taking damage. Ooh, I like that.
Once I figured that out, my heart really wasn't in the run anymore because I wanted to try that out from the beginning of a run. So once I took a little too much damage on the Hydra, I decided to reset and try that bad boy out. And this is where the game fucked me.
Wait, what? I don't even get to keep the Thanatos thing? Oh my god, what, I should have just died? Are you kidding me? Not a fan of that. I'll be honest with you.
It's fine. It's whatever. I'll just do this next run without it. The next 2 runs really didn't go that well. The boons weren't the best in the world. I started prioritizing speed over staying alive, and in general, I was just experimenting more. Because of that, both ended in Elysium before the boss.
We saw that coming, boys. We saw that coming. Well done, Minotaur. Well done, Minotaur. You're a freaking nature. Freaking nature. But you beat me, so I guess we'll call it even.
And I wasn't coping well.
It's fine.
But one thing I thought was pretty funny was when I used Artemis's Greater Call when she was mad at me.
What is the matter with you?
Alright, I've gotten all the messing around out of my system. It's time to finish this up. I thought about how all of my runs up to this point have gone, and decided that my best course of action was the shield. I know I haven't used it for a while, and I didn't even get the furthest with it when I did, but with enough patience and strategy, it'll be the best option, I think, just for its ability to block. I got some revenge damage from Zeus, a Poseidon dash, and most importantly, a hammer that makes my attack hit twice. I did take my first bit of damage from the skeleton twins, and immediately got grabbed by a hand in the next room, but I did catch a fish.
I've just realized that I can bully people with my dash.
Shortly after, I went for the Trial of the Gods, and of course, chose Artemis, making Zeus my enemy for a bit. He never hit me, but the Armored Club guys did get a couple good shots in, which knocked me down quite a bit. Then, I beat Death once again for some coin and max health, and used that coin to charge up my God gauge automatically, and get my next Athena boon.
Zagreus, one of my relatives has claimed that I usurp your time, so I invited her to contact you.
Hello, Zagreus.
Oh, hello.
Athena here is grandstanding or trying to prove a point or something. I don't know. Anyway, nice talking to you.
I like Artemis.
I took the duo they offered, which will help with crits, and gave an ambrosia to Charon, maxing my affinity with it.
All right, I don't know what that means, but I forged a bond with Charon.
Meg was up this time, and other than a couple small mistakes, she was, yet again, easily dispatched. I found out having a bond with Charon just gives me a sticker, and took some Chimera Jerky for a nice damage boost throughout Asphodel. It was put to pretty good use too, because I didn't take any damage here until the tiniest bit of lava damage like 5 encounters in. Along the way, I ranked up Quick Favor and Swift Strike, which charges up my God gauge faster and allows me to attack faster. And Zeus helped me charge my gauge even faster than that. One of those Guile wannabes did do some damage to me too, so I decided to kill him 30 times over. I took the Lightning Rod duo, even though I didn't completely understand it, and brought down the Hydra for the final time. In Elysium, the shield kept showing its use, completely stun-locking groups of chariots. The only negative to that would be armor, but now I deal 5 times damage to armor, a little max health, and some food in the next room, and I'm almost completely topped off a few rooms into Elysium. That changed in this room, but it was fun while it lasted. And right after that was the Soul Catcher, and we all know how that went. Athena gave me 3 boons I've never used before, so I went with having my Deflect make enemies exposed. I didn't really understand how to use any of these, but that one seemed like the right call. I took quite a bit more damage in the next room, and it wasn't until later that I realized I probably should have just used my next Death Defy, because right after that was the Stranger that completely refills your charges. At least then I would have had a little more health. With my limited health, I made the risky decision to do another Trial of the Gods, and this time took Brilliant Riposte to keep working on Athena's prophecy. Surprisingly, I flawlessly cleared the challenge and got another Athena boon as well as max health and healing through darkness leading up to the boss.
Okay, we got 2 Death Defies, but we're only at half health. I'd like to keep both going into
Hades Town, USA. Unfortunately, I was not able to save both death defies and accidentally dropped Theseus low enough for him to start having god powers before I killed Asterius. Because of that, I lost the other one shortly after. Damn it, both death defies? And now, going into the Temple of Styx, things aren't looking great. Shit!
Okay, this is a loss, 100%. That sucks, man.
Morale is at an all-time low, but as long as I can stay the course and take my time, this could still work. The poison continued to be a nuisance, but I still limp my way to another Death Defy charge. With Athena's help, this run might actually be possible now. And she's not stopping there.
Imagine I replenish another use with the...
These are arguably the best set of options I could have gotten from her, and it was actually a hard choice. This is the first legendary boon I've ever seen, but another Death Defiance would also be invaluable. In the end, I couldn't resist a legendary, and I just had to hope it was the right call. I got the bag in my next room, and it was time for, hopefully, the very last fight against Hades.
There was a time when Cerberus would never have permitted any soul to exit through that gateway there behind you.
Oh, that can't possibly be true. What about Orpheus, Theseus, Heracles, Odysseus? Countless tales of brave men delving into the underworld, then leaving whence they came.
They left on my authority alone, nor did they take for granted my good graces. But I am here to tell you, no.
Oh, thank God, I can actually block that. I didn't know how it would calculate, if it would calculate as like damaging every inch of that, so there was no way to properly block it.
Once I learned that I could completely block his 360 attack, phase 1 was kind of a breeze. But he really turned things up in phase 2 and started dishing out some catastrophic damage. Even then, he really just couldn't deal with the shield. And the free hit from Athena made it to where I didn't even need my Death Defy, let alone 2.
Woo! If you have a phase 3, I'm gonna lose it!
How? You... Go then. Go! Get out of here! Get out!
I told you that I would, Father. And I'm going to.
There is no escape.
Goodbye, Father.
There we go. Finally did it. Did it with the shield. Win number 1. We got there in the end.
I got my achievement for winning and set out into the open air for the first time.
Beyond the frozen overlook, await the first glimpse of the sun to your left, and onward through the cold.
The surface, windswept, racked by freezing cold, nonetheless instills within the prince a sense of awe and the sublime. For it is unlike anything that he has seen.
That thing. That's the sun.
Zagreus followed the directions given to him by Nyx and came upon a verdant home in sharp contrast to the chill that surrounded it.
Hello?
Hello indeed. Pray, who might you be wandering all the way out here? You're trespassing on private property, you know. Speak up.
You must be Persephone. My name is Zagreus, and I think I might be your son.
What? How dare! Get out of here! Get out, or I shall make you! Out with you!
No, so then you are her. I don't care if you hate me, but I'm not leaving until I get some answers. I never even knew you existed. Why did you leave me?
You died. You died. Those burning feet, they sputtered out when you were born. But now you're standing here before me. How?
I died? I died? What, you mean permanently died? But I'm alive. Oh, gods. You never even knew I existed either.
Alive? Zagreus, he even kept your name. You live. How can this be? You live. You live.
He had finally found his mother, and now they had all the time in the world to make up for all the times they missed. At least, that's how he hoped it would have gone.
Zagreus?
Guess I'm just a little tired, that's all. Not accustomed to the weather, as I think you call it.
No, that isn't it. It's that you cannot stay here. You can't stay here.
Really, you're kicking me out? Why?
The fates are cruel, Zagreus. You're bound to that place. Same as your father. So they would have us say goodbye. For now.
No. I can come back. I can come back. Now that I found you, maybe he'll just let me come back.
You tell him I demand it. And I demand he also tell me how come he, or for that matter Nyx, never sent notice that you lived.
I'll tell him. I'll tell him. I feel awful. I have to go.
The Styx shall take you then. When you are able, please, come back. I shall be waiting here. However long it takes.
However long it takes.